What's up everyone, John Renter from Techno Buffalo with an unboxing of this guy, BlackBerry's latest, the Q10. It's either the big brother or little brother of this guy, the Z10. I am really excited to take a look at this guy. It's been a long time coming. It's coming to every major carrier. If you loved old school Blackberries with the keyboard but want that awesome touchscreen-ness, this might be a phone to take a look at. Let's go ahead and open it up. Got the box for the Blackberry Q10, the QWERTY keyboard packing BlackBerry 10 rockin' smartphone from the company formerly known as RIM. Box is much smaller than its Z10 brother. It doesn't have the flash of the Z10 box, but perhaps the phone will make up for that. So nothing really fancy going on around here. This is going to be coming to all major US carriers. I believe we have the AT&T version, although I'm not entirely sure. We will take a look when we finally open this up, which I'm very excited to do. We'll go ahead and cut all that business. We'll cut some business here. And now we should be able to lift off the lid in a very stripteasy manner. Boom! There is the BlackBerry Q10. Looks like we've got the unlocked version, which should work for AT&T's LTE network. So there is that guy. Push it off the side for just a minute. We obviously, if you couldn't tell, have the black version, but also comes in a white. Let's see what else we are going to have inside of Z-Box. I should say Q-Box now, because it's not the Z10. We've got a lightning bolt in here, which I'm guessing has just the wall warts. It does nothing overly exciting there. Inside of this, we've got stuff letting you know you got Snapdragon chips and safety warnings and all that kind of business that we're not going to read. We've got some headphones with different size earbuds and gels, which is great. And we've got a charging cord and the battery, which you're gonna need. No holster, so for all you holster loving folks, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. Let's pull the battery out of the plastic, take a look at the size. This is actually the biggest battery that RIM has on their current generation of phones. It's actually bigger than what's found in the Z10, and it is 2100 milliamp hours. Very small. It's the NX1 if you're keeping track at home. Let's take a look at the phone, and let's run through all the specs of this guy, and of course we'll power it on and do all that kind of business. So the big deal here is this QWERTY keyboard. It doesn't have the same shape as the out generation keyboards, the Blackberry Bold 9900, which kind of had that curved, smiley look to it. This one is more, what's on the phone there? Is a more horizontal look to it, so we'll see how that typing works. But BlackBerry's done an incredible job with their fret locations and the keyboard feel. I believe the keyboard's actually a little bit larger than 9900. The key size actually changes as you go through from the outside all the way different. This one has unified and sort of larger keys. So interesting there. The screen that you are looking at here is a square screen. It's 3.1 inches. It's 720 screen, so it's very easy to remember. 720 by 720, or even I could say 720 by 720, depending on which way you want to go. Super AMOLED screen. It's powered by BlackBerry 10.1 actually, so it's got some new features. You can type text, for example, if you want to text, and you can open up that, or call if you want to call. It's powered by the same processor we've got in the Z10. Actually, specs aside from the screen and keyboard, it's almost identical. It's a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 chip, so it's pretty powerful. 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage, but that's not enough for you. You've got a micro SD card in here as well. That can go up to 64. Camera, we've got an 8 megapixel shooter right there, and a 2 megapixel job right there on the front. 802.11 A, B, G, and N. It's 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz dual band. Bluetooth 4.0, 2100 milliamp hour battery. NFC is on board here. The height, it is 119.6 millimeters, so that's that, or 4.71 inches. 66.8 millimeters on the width. On the depth, 10.35, and it weighs 139 grams. Let's take a look at the back of the phone. It's got sort of a weaved glass, they're calling it feel. Really soft touch, feels great. The white version is a bit different. It doesn't have that same sort of feel to it if you get that, so bear that in mind. I had to change it so it wouldn't die when you pull it in and out of your jeans. So on the left-hand side of the phone, we've got charging port, and I believe that's HDMI out, and of course for syncing and the rest of the business. Nothing really on the bottom except for a mic. On the right-hand side, volume up and down, and you've got a mute button in the middle, and then your power and lock buttons on the top, another mic, and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Let's pull off the back and see what we're going to have living inside. So you probably get this sucker off. Oh, it just slides off. All right, so that's easy. That is where your SIM card's going to live. That's where your micro SD card's going to dwell. And then, of course, you got your NFC radio there as well. So let's pop in the battery, power it on. We'll take a real quick look at the user interface. All right, so we've got the Q10 all booted up and ready to be used. So this is Blackberry 10 through and through here. Again, just a quick refresher on what it does or doesn't does. So if you go ahead and hit an application, for example, if you want to close it, you can swipe up. Right away, though, there's not that much of room here to swipe up. You got to pretty much start swiping from the bottom side of the keyboard. You can access the BlackBerry Hub. If you slide up and do a little peek to the side, you can see what's there. We don't have anything set up there yet at all. And if you want to close an application, you can just hit that X. It looks like you can show 6 applications at a time that are up and running. And of course, you can swipe through all of your apps that are here. It looks like Twitter and Facebook, LinkedIn and Foursquare come out of the box. And of course, you can sideload a ton more. Instagram really probably being the highlight there. And we get access to BlackBerry's app world as well, which has now been refreshed, redone, and are ready to rock. Pulling down gives you access to notifications and all kinds of other stuff. So we'll use this guy for a week or so and see what I think, and we'll compare it, of course, to the outgoing model, or its brother rather, the Z10. You don't get that soft keyboard you can swipe up, but you get this full physical action going on here, which I'm kind of excited to use. I was a huge BlackBerry fan pre-iPhone days. I switched from BlackBerry Pearl to the original iPhone. I used several others before that, so I'm excited to try this again and see what it feels like to type on an actual keyboard. So anything you guys want to see, please leave your comments down below and give the video a thumbs up. We will most definitely appreciate it. I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.